So tag I'm it, apparently. Yes, I've been tagged in another video by my good friend Robbie Rebel, Retro Rebel. Thumbs up for you, that, Robbie. And being pestered today on Facebook to basically get this done, because he did his a week ago. So it's hashtag my 4 loves. So basically I'm going to talk about 4 things that I love. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the reason why I'm here. It's YouTube. YouTube obviously makes us interact. Well, it doesn't make us, but we can interact with other people. You know, like Robbie has tagged me and 3 other people in this video, and then I will tag 4 other people later on. But it's a case of each day there seems to be new content from each person. Obviously today being Wednesday is all new comic book day, so everyone gets their new comics and talks about their comics and things like that. So I've been a part of like a wrestling community on Facebook, and obviously a comic book one. But having said that, I far more enjoy the comic book one. That's no offence to anyone in the wrestling one, but I find that the comic book one is more welcoming, let's just say. I've met so many good people on this that I don't really want to go into, because I did it in my last video, and not that I don't want to talk all about you guys, but there's so many of you. I always feel bad whenever I leave somebody out. Yeah, so being on YouTube, talking about comics, watching other people talk about different things, and, you know, like people going to conventions. You know, there was Millie went to the Wizard World Comic Con, Robbie went to the comic one in London, and then the MCM one, which was a cluster, and then the Milton Keynes one, and then obviously I'm going to the London one next month, which is about 4 weeks away on Friday, or tomorrow I think, which is scary, but it's going to be so much fun. So then obviously, you know, videoing it and putting it up on YouTube for you guys to see, you know, like what I've done and who I met and things like that, what I got signed, because that's why I don't show you, because I prefer to show you whenever I've got the stuff signed, in case I go, I'm going to get this signed by such and such, and then it doesn't happen. But regardless, so yes, number 4 is YouTube. Number 3 is the reason why I'm here talking, is about comic books. So you could be talking about a guy who's got bit by a radioactive spider, who ends up getting married to MJ instead of not getting married to her. So this is kind of like a sliding doors kind of story, you know, like what if he got married to MJ. And I love this cover, I love this book, and just an absolute cracking book that's come out lately. You can read about Saga. I can't really talk about Saga because it's really hard to explain. Watch Robbie's videos on it. He says the same words over and over again, but it's just one of those books that you read and you instantly fall in love. If you don't fall in love with this book, you have no soul. You might as well just pronounce yourself dead. Because this book is probably one of the best books that I've read. I've picked up volumes 1 and 2, and immediately after picking up volume 1 and 2, immediately I had to pick up 3 and 4, and now I'm collecting it in single issues. You can read about something that's one of your favourite films, whether it be Ghostbusters, to name but one. You know, so they're ready to believe you. You can read about one of your favourite video games of all time. You know, so I was going to show the big book that I have, but it's that heavy. So you can read about, you know, the different characters, their backgrounds, things like that there. You know, there is like Resident Evil ones as well. There's like so many ones to do with video games. They need to bring out a Mario comic book though. You can read about 4 mutant turtles, and, you know, basically probably one of the best comics that IDW is putting out at the minute is this. Just change is constant. This is constantly awesome, so it is. I need to pick up more of the trades. I've started going from issue 40 onwards and doing it in singles now, but this is just such a good one. Or you can read about one of your favourite franchises of all time that finished like 30 odd years, 35 years ago, then came back in 2002, then got cancelled, then they got figures, and this one here, this is what I've been meaning to show you. This is like the action figure variant. Sorry, I'm sitting across from the window, so ooh, stop it. So you can see there's MattyCollector.com variant. Yeah, so you can read about this here. You can see other people like Reader1717, hey sis, who love Masters of the Universe as well. So you can see about that, you know, like read about that and different takes on the storyline. Right, so I forgot to grab one thing. So number 2, Star Wars. Now, Star Wars has been a real big part of my life. My earliest memory is watching Return of the Jedi with my dad in the cinema, so I must have been about 5 or 6, and laughing at the Ewok on the speed ride. You've probably heard the stories many times anyway, you know, but Star Wars is always one of those films that I can put on the background and enjoy, you know, like, probably know it word for word, but it doesn't stop the enjoyment of it, you know. Ah, oh, darn it, I forgot to add another thing. So yeah, so it could be whether this is where Star Wars Battlefront on the Xbox was going to be here. So yeah, so you could play a video game of it. You could watch the Blu-ray of it, so that was meant to be here as well, or DVD, which was meant to be here. You can also play Trivial Pursuit Star Wars, which I have, it's over there. Or you could maybe watch an Ewoks cartoon. Yeah. Or maybe, if you don't like Ewoks, you could watch a Droids cartoon. Or you could watch a Star Wars Holiday Special. Failing that, you could watch Caravan of Courage or Battle of Endor. Yes, there's Ewok. And the Ewoks actually blink and talk in this. So, yes, you can see there. You then maybe want to read about a Star Wars video game. Encyclopedia, that maybe something you don't know that much about but would like to know about. This I actually got for like free, near enough. Or maybe you're a big fan of the action figures back in the day and you want to kind of see about the action figures and what they look like then and what they look like now. Or you could have something that people all around the world love. Yes, we all love Jar Jar. So that leaves me with number 1. So number 1 is retro TV. You know, so whether it be a case of, now, some of these Americans you may not know, whether it be a classic that just stays good no matter how many times you watch it, even though it was brought out in the 80s. Vader's Pet was based to do with people from Newcastle, Birmingham, London. Oh, no, don't be doing that. Whether it's to do with a car that could talk, and David Hasselhoff, what's not to love about that? Whether it's to talk about a dog and his 4 companions. Yes, the 4 people are the companions because obviously it's Scooby-Doo, where are you? Who travel around in a mystery machine. Or maybe it's to do with a bunny, duck, a cat, a Martian, bird, coyote, etc. Whether it's to do with Looney Tunes. Yes, whether it's to do with D'Artagnan and the 3 Muskehounds. One for all and all for one. Muskehounds are always ready. Whether it's to do with things that transform, whether it be into a dinosaur, into a train, into a lorry, into a Corvette, into a Michael Bay explosion film. Maybe it's to do with a mouse with an eye patch. If you don't know what Danger Mouse is, you need like 12 discs. David Jason did the voice for Danger Mouse. Whether it's to do with a story, to do with kids, and did they ever get home? Well, I think they did, but we never saw that episode because they never did a second season of it. And also, Venger, who was the voice for Optimus Prime. Whether it's to do with one of the best known characters of all time, Yes, I know this isn't exactly retro, but it's from the 90s, and it's probably one of the best Spider-Man cartoons, because I'm not showing the 60s one, because it's terrible. Whether you can feel the magic and hear the roar, because Thundercats are loose. Whether it's like, just, the music on this needs to come out on a CD. It really does. It's just awesome. Whether it's to do with, again, Ninja Turtles. So wait, this is, what is that noise? Turtles Forever, where the 2003 Turtles meet the old school Turtles, as you can see here. Whether it's to do with probably the better version of Ghostbusters theme tune, in my opinion, is the real Ghostbusters theme tune. I love this. I love this cartoon. It's just awesome. Whether it's to do with a family of people who go around saving people from around the world. I think it was Black Nerd Comedy said that with Thunderbirds, that's wherever Vin Diesel used the word family a lot in Fast and Furious, because it's about family. So yeah, Thunderbirds. Or whether it's to do with the second Doctor, the third Doctor, the best Doctor, the fourth Doctor, the fifth Doctor, maybe the sixth Doctor. Or maybe it's to do with, oh, sorry about that, maybe it's to do with a certain female who has the same powers as her brother, which obviously this is probably my favourite retro TV series of all time, which would be He-Man, followed closely by She-Ra. Essentially the same kind of concept. It's just She-Ra is a female heroine, and obviously you've got the hero in He-Man. So yeah, that's going to do my hashtag 4loves, so hopefully you enjoyed this. So that leaves me to tag 4 people. I will tag Punisher88, Carnage Man, and Bucket Action, because he's just class. I will also tag Simon's Comic Corner, and I will tag Dave Munns as well. So you 4 have been tagged. I expect to know what your 4 loves are. And yeah, so I've gone on for near enough about 15 minutes. So thank you all for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you haven't been tagged in the video, what are your 4 loves? Or maybe tag the person that hasn't been tagged. That'd be nice. I can only tag 4 people. I can't tag like 44, because then I'll be here all day. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and until next time.